All right. Good morning. How's everybody doing? Happy Tuesday? Tuesday. Happy Tuesday. I'm pretty sure that's what it is. So I've got a couple of books for us to read for this week. Now I didn't start off Monday reading the books like I usually do. I just got really busy. I had a meeting this morning, but now I'm ready. So let's start with our first one. Caps for sale. Caps for sale. A tale of peddlers, some monkeys, and their monkey business. Told and illustrated by Isifor Sabatina. Caps for sale. Last year we did for the book fair, we actually decorated our door. Some of you might remember that, and we did caps for sale, and we won. We tied for, I think, second place. That's pretty good. That came out to be a real good one. All right, so this is caps for sale. Remember, I'll read, and then I will show you the pictures. Okay. Once there was a peddler who sold caps, but he was not like an ordinary peddler. Carrying his wares on his back, he carried them on top of his head. First he had on his checkered cap, then a bunch of gray caps, then a bunch of brown caps, then a bunch of blue caps, and on the very top, a bunch of red caps. Oh, he must have some really good balance. He walked up and down the streets holding himself very straight so as not to upset his caps. As he went along, he called, excuse me, caps for sale, caps, 50 cents a cap. One morning, he couldn't sell any caps. He walked up the street and walked down the street calling, caps, caps for sale, 50 cents a cap. But nobody wanted any caps that morning. Nobody wanted even a red cap. He began to feel hungry, but he had no money for lunch. I think I'll go for a walk in the country, he said, and he walked out of town slowly, as to not upset his caps. He walked for a long time until he came to a great big tree. That's a nice place for a rest, thought he. And he sat down very slowly under the tree and leaned back a little by little against the tree trunk so as not to disturb the caps on his head. Then he put his hand to feel if they were straight. First he checked his own checked cap, then the gray caps, then the brown caps, then the blue caps, and the red caps on the very, very top. They were all there, so he went to sleep. He slept for a long time. When he woke up, he was refreshed and rested. But before standing up, he felt with his hand to make sure his caps were in the right place. All he felt was his own checked cap. He looked to the right of him, no caps. He looked to the left of him, no caps. He looked in the back of them. No caps. He looked up behind the trees. No caps. What in the world happened to his caps? Then he looked up into the tree. And what do you think he saw? What did he see? What do you think he saw? Do you think he saw elephants up in the tree? Maybe puppy dogs? Cats? Well, we'll have to see. I don't know. What do you think he saw? On every branch sat a monkey. On every monkey was a gray or brown or blue or red cap. What? I guess he needs to check his trees before he leans up against them and rests on them, huh? And see if there's any monkeys up there. The peddler looked at the monkeys. The monkeys looked at the peddler. He didn't know what to do. Finally, he spoke to them. What do you think he said to the monkeys? Excuse me, are you looking to buy my caps? What do you think? You, monkeys, you, he said, shaking a finger at them. You give me back my caps. But the monkeys only shook their finger back at him and said, This made the peddler angry. So he shook both his hands at them and said, You monkeys, you give me back my caps. But the monkeys only shook their hands back at him and said, Ooh, they're fresh monkeys. They're fresh. Now he was quite angry. He stomped his foot and he said, You monkeys, you better give me back my caps. But the monkeys only stomped their feet back at him and said, Look at him stomping his feet, having a regular old tantrum. By this time, the peddler was really very, very angry. He stomped both his feet and shouted, You monkeys, you must give me back my caps. But the monkeys only stomped their feet back at him and said, At last, he became so angry that he pulled off his own cap and threw it to the ground and began to walk away. Ooh, I think he gave up. But then, each monkey pulled off his cap. Oh ho ho! What had they done so far? He stomped his feet, they stomped their feet. He shook his fist at them and pointed at them, and they did all of that. And now he took his cap off and he threw it down. What do you think the monkeys are going to do now? And all the gray caps and all the brown caps and all the blue caps and all the red caps came flying down out of the tree. Ho, ho, ho. He tricked them and he didn't even know he was tricking them. They fell for it. So the peddler picked up his caps and put them back on his head. First his own checked cap, then the gray caps, then the brown caps, then the blue caps, then the red caps on the very top. And slowly, he walked back to town calling, "Caps, caps for sale, 50 cents a cap." The end. Did you like that story? Caps for sale. That was a good one. I like that one very much. Alright, so I'm going to turn this one off and then I'm going to get another book, okay? Alright. There you go, Caps for sale.